you should have
Great.
access to it now.
Great. Where the fuck did you... Oh, you sent it via email. Duh. Duh, 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 duh.
Strangling you. What did we literally just talk about?
Um,
The walk up.
Genzo's pinwheel.
Oh, Genzo's pinwheel. Yeah, of course.
Genzo's pinwheel.
You talk about the scene where he like leaves it at the grave.
Where he leaves it at the graveyard. Or
Yeah.
at the gravesite. Yeah, gosh.
Yeah, it killed me
Because
too.
because she could smile now. And I'm like, ah!
It's cool. It's cool. I didn't need to have my heart
I
or
didn't need
anything
my
today.
heart. Yeah, I didn't need my heart. The combo, and I say them as combo, but they're definitely two separate moments. But Nami relying on Luffy, and Luffy putting his hat on Nami's
That's the big scene.
head. Oh my! I was like, that instilled so much faith in Luffy to me. It was so comforting. I'm like, I am not either one of these characters, and I am comforted by the fact that he has done that because I know he's got it. Because nobody gets to touch his hat. He makes a very big deal about it, how precious it is to him, and you know, it is one of the only things we really see him, besides like people hurting his friends, like it's one of the only things we see him really covet.
Yeah, I was gonna
So
say, I
that's
don't
huge.
think covet's the right word, but he does like cherish. He cherishes it.
Cherish is the right word. That's the proper C word there. Thank you.
You're welcome. Like, covet means a very different thing. I think you're.
It does. That was my bad. Misspoke.
You're good.
Yeah, he cherishes that hat with everything that he has.
Right.
And then he puts it on his crew member that is suffering and feeling so lost. It was so
Right.
comforting. And then when she stabs her arm
Oof.
to get rid of the Arlong pirate tattoo. And then ultimately she gets the tangerine pinwheel tattoo on instead. But yeah, the intensity of those scenes, the symbolism of the breaking away old patterns to embrace the new ones, breaking free from the Arlong pirates, like there's just, the symbolism was great, the moments were very good, and I was a weeping, sobbing mess.
It's definitely like a moment of freedom for her because, as you said, she's like breaking old patterns. She has this like self-imposed isolation that she's put on herself for pretty much her entire life. From the moment that she gets not recruited but pulled into the Arlong pirates in this indentured servitude for life, pretty much, she has imposed this isolation upon herself where she's like, I'm just going to work on getting the funds. I'm going to free the village. I'm not going to rely on anyone else. The villagers don't have to know. No Chikoto like can know, but like she's not going to help me. Like I'm going to make sure that she doesn't help because she's protecting her from Arlong.
Yeah, because nobody can know for this to succeed.
Right. And then that breakdown of like, and she's been pushing Luffy away this entire time. The entire time that that Luffy's on the island, she's like, why are you still here? We're not friends anymore.
Meddle.
Why don't you leave? Like, Luffy's decision to not listen to her backstory.
Right.
He actively is just like, I'm going to go on a walk, or he like falls asleep because he doesn't need that to validate.
He knows who she is now.
Right. He doesn't need all that information to validate his decision to help her. I think Luffy has a lot of emotional intelligence, not just in the sense of everything that we've already talked about, but also the fact that like he doesn't intentionally like, I'm going to step in and save you from this thing. He lets people make their mistakes. He lets people like dive headlong into terrible decisions. It's only when they ask is he like, all right.
He is a really true friend in the sense of he is there with you in the mud. He sits with you in the mud. And as soon as you're ready to climb out of that mud, he is ready. He's like, all right, like, let's do it. Like, I will do what I can, but you also have to make that choice.
Yes. You can't like,
I can't drag you out of here.
Exactly. He recognizes that people can't change and people can't help themselves unless they want it, unless they choose it for themselves. And I think that's what makes him different from a lot of other like shonen heroes. They constantly throw themselves into situations as soon as somebody like gets hurt.
For the sake of protection.
Right, for the sake of protection. It's not a bad thing. I will say this.
No!
It's not a bad thing.
It is a different way in order to support your friends.
Correct. And I think I just respect Luffy a little bit more because he lets people make those fuck-ups.
I think, you know, like...
Because how are you going to learn?
As humans, right? Like, how else are you going to know that doesn't work unless you try it? And Luffy's like, I'm willing to try it. And when it doesn't, and if it doesn't work, I'm here for the next thing that we try. He's not afraid of bad ideas. He just wants you to make a decision of where you want to be.
Right. So I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. I'm thinking to the the Arlong fight itself. When Luffy and Arlong basically busted into the actual tower of Arlong Park and
Yeah,
ended
the
up
navigation
in
room.
the map room, oh my
Yeah.
god.
You went into, like, we paused. We paused when there was a good time to pause. We paused that fight and we were like, okay, and you were like, okay, so I want you to notice some things. And like
That's right, I did do that.
you did. And I appreciate it because, right, like there was so much to take in from that room. It really told Nami's stories and struggles. And yeah, there's a lot of context clues going on in there.
And so, despite Luffy avoiding hearing the backstory, he knows because Arlong fucking tells him. Arlong tells him like, this is Nami's room," and he's like, "Yeah, it's Nami's room. And what are you gonna do about it?" And he recognizes that it is the cage that keeps her.
Mm-hmm.
And he
The prison.
immediately like, oh, he's fighting Arlong, but he's also actively destroying this entire room.
That was a good one. That I think that might have been the fifth one on the counter. Fifth or sixth. I don't know what counter we're at anymore. But yeah, yeah.
So, what did you think about the Fishmen and Arlong, like as a villain, as a race, as a people, I guess?
I was really excited by the fact that we have now met a different race of people.
Mm.
Like this is something very separate. We see and hear about the supremacist views that Arlong has about fish people being better than humans. And that's a we could say that even that's one of the themes. Yeah, I'm interested to see more of the fishmen. I'm curious, right? Because like he's a what do we say? He's a sawtooth.
Yeah, I
Not a
believe
sawtooth
so. A
shark, a
carpenter
sawtooth
shark.
fish. Carpenter shark. There we
Yeah, which is not
go.
really
Carpenter
a
shark,
shark.
which is not actually a shark.
Right.
It's part of the it's part of the ray family. Just in case any of you nerds want to learn something there. And we see a lot of different types of fish in there. And as somebody who loves the ocean, that was pretty cool. The definite difference of power between, right, physical strength is what I'm referring to, between fishermen and like the villagers. That was, it's a very oppressive thing if you let it be, and if that's the style in which the interaction is. I'm curious to see other characters. I think I know of a character or two coming up that are also fishmen, and I'm curious how they interact with our cast. I think it really helped establish, knowing about this race really helped establish the fantasticalness, right? Like we already, like, yeah, like Luffy is a rubber man. there's a certain sense that you're in a fantastical world, but this is the first time that we've seen somebody that is not human. And that was interesting to me.